Howdy y'all, welcome to my channel, this video. My name is Brianna, and wow, that was funny. I don't think I've ever said that in a vlog. I went by Bodhi for so long and decided to go back to going by my government name because I healed so hard I ended up just wanting to to just like go by my normal name or whatever. Anyways, this is my little life update. I'm going to try to make it quick, and also I feel like where I am right now in my life, I am trying to change the trajectory of where I'm at right now, what I do for work and like my job. And the last 6 months have been the most draining my job has really been, and given the state of the world and the current government, that I feel like the facade that the job I was in, companies kind of like coming off, like, oh yeah, it's just another corporation where they don't give a shit about the employees and work-life balance and well-being and the well-being of people's lives in general, seeing it firsthand and how everybody is like impacted around me and stressed out and the most anxious I've seen everyone. It's actually like really sad because it's like we're like the backbones of a company who they've never even, half of them probably ever stepped foot in the warehouse. And so I feel like a lot of my energy is this weird combination of like kind of unadulterated rage at the state of the world, the government, my job, corporations, capitalism, all of it. And then also this big relief of stability because the last like 2-3 years of my life were really turbulent and not stable. Like I didn't have really a routine. I was kind of just in survival mode for a long time. And I feel like for the first time in a while, I feel like I'm coming out of survival mode and I can finally refocus on my passions like yoga, Ayurveda, content creating like more consistently again. Because I did have a serious stint, I want to say in like 2021, 2022, where I was like uploading pretty consistently. And then it kind of fell off because I just am the kind of person that when my mental health is, if I'm consistently overwhelmed, I kind of like ghost the world. And that does include friendships and stuff like that, which can hurt some. But also, I have also realized the people who are in my corner and understand my ghosting phases because I don't want to like bleed my anxiety out into other people. I'm very much so like, I know what I need to do to bring myself into a place of balance, and I need space from the world to do that. And so I feel like off and on, that's where I've kind of been, and also just being in a new relationship, nurturing that, watching this grow, and it's been really fun. I feel like ups and downs as relationships do have, but ultimately really happy, really stable, really secure, very supported, very nurtured. Just feeling like I finally have that kind of dynamic that I've always like wanted, and it's just going, everything's good. Everything is actually like falling into place, despite the fact that now the biggest thing in my life is that my job is draining and my body's falling apart because of it. I work in a warehouse where I have a lot of repetitive motions, and I'm starting to experience repetitive motion injuries, where it's not just like, oh, I'm kind of sore from a day, like a long day of hours or whatever. It's like I was out over the summer for like 2 weeks, and I think I talked about that a little bit. And that was kind of nice, but it kind of sucked too because I was on steroids for the inflammation so that I could get back to work and just become another rat in a cage, and now it's just like different parts of my body is just showing that ache, and I'm not the only one talking to, because I'm really close with my coworkers that like we can talk about like everything, and I'm learning that we all are having like the same pains in our bodies, like literally down to the same spot. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's just, I guess it's just the nature of the jobs that we do. And so I really want to get out. Like I am tired of being there. If anything, I at least want to go down to being part-time, and I want to be able to focus more on offering more like deep relaxation, stress management based yoga, because I do find that in the yoga world that is kind of my favorite thing to teach, my niche, and being able to see the perspective of other people's lives is that's what people need. Anyways, so I am changing the trajectory of my like career over the next few months, and even though we're getting into busy season, the point where I work 6 days a week for 7 weeks, and it gets hard for me to keep up with like content normally, and my practice and everything just falters because I'm working like 60 hours a week. It's very exhausting, but I am determined to keep my whimsy, keep my weird, stay feral, and keep my energy sacred at the same time. So I've been learning the ways that while I'm on the job that I can tend to expend more energy than I even need to. So like I'm learning how to conserve my energy at work so that I have more energy at home. And it has been making a big difference, especially on my mental exhaustion. To my intentions for this fall season is, even though the rest of my fall gets taken up by my job after Halloween, I still have like a couple free weekends where we don't work that Sunday, and I have a little like a feral girl fall bucket list. So stay tuned for my feral girl fall diaries. It's like my favorite thing lately is just like, I'm like, oh, I'm literally so I'm feral for life at this point. And I feel like the best way to describe even that feeling is just this deep yearning and ache and just soul crushing need to devote more energy to my happiness and my expression and my like deepest like innermost being. So, love being feral and ethereal. Oh, I'm gonna get that tattooed on me in Gothic lettering. It's on my list. I am getting some tattoos this month, which I'm excited for. I have a lot of activities to plan. I have things already booked, and I'm just determined to continue to live my life outside of my job. And I have in my little bucket list, I have like movies to watch, animes to watch. I have things to do at home, things to do, and like when I have a little bit of spending money and I have things to do activity-wise, which most of the activities are probably going to be done in October, and then in November, most of the at-home stuff will be like at home. I definitely fall on the spooky side of fall, where like I know that like, what is it, like orange and red, yellows, like those warm colors are the tones, and I feel like my favorite tones for like the spooky seasons, like the purple, green, even just those darker, cool colors. But I'm like, they're spooky too, those spooky colors. But I am determined to make the most out of my time, even during peak season, because I don't want to spend another year spending my favorite time of the year wishing my life away because of my job. And right now my job still has a purpose. It is not my life purpose, but it has a purpose right now. There's a lot of things that are unfolding that will create space for more ease for me going into winter and the new year and after Christmas and all of that. So there's a lot I'm looking forward to, and there's a lot you guys can expect from me. Like, I still want to upload little chit chat videos while I can, because those are the easiest to film, even on like low energy levels. I'm finally supplementing my body properly in the way it needs to, and I'm already noticing a difference in my energy and my mental stability. So I feel like going down a long-term path, I will be able to have a clear focus on what it is I want to do, where I want to put my energy and my creativity into my content, and the energy I want to put into like teaching yoga and talk about deep relaxation, how to heal your body, which I feel like yoga and wellness and learning how to heal yourself is punk as fuck, because the government benefits off of us just being in our hijacked, fear-based, nervous system-based state of being, and to the point where people are like falling apart internally in the body. And it's like, what deal is activism if we're falling apart and too stuck in like freeze mode to go out and speak up about the things that we care about? Because honestly, I've noticed after my 2-week break that I had from work over in June, I feel like I finally felt like the activism bone growing in my body. And it's not that I didn't always care about these things, but I never had the energy or the mental fortitude beyond what was just going on in my own life. And so now I feel like, hey man, I'm feeling a little bit more like I have the energy to talk about these things, and so that's cool. And I'm like, that's important. So yeah, guys, I'm like, we got to take care of ourselves so we can help take care of the rest of the world to the best of our ability. I feel like that is honestly necessary too. But yeah, I have a lot of cute fall vlogs, DIY projects, and just you guys are gonna see me and my evolution of self-expression. I feel like I'm a conglomerate of every version of myself that I've been the last 15 years. Finally, just in my most unhinged, uncaged, feral, just like self-expressive, oh my god, just in my most like liberated form of self-expression yet, because being in the umbrella of alternative, I mean, for one, I should say, I was like an OG little emo kid in that emo kid era in 2010s, and then pressures of family and society, you know, kind of at my normie stage, went into my hippie thing, because I low-key felt like being hippie was more palatable, but I'm like, fuck that. So now I'm just like, you either like it or you don't, but if you're here for the message, stay for the wisdom, my guy, because I'm still here with the yoga and the spirituality and the discipline and everything, health, wellness, Ayurveda, but also now I'm just kind of like, I physically just want to look like my outfit is saying, like, fuck the government, you know? So like, I'm just here for being a conglomerate of everything beyond the tradition, conformity, because there's even a weird level of like performative conformity inside of alternative spaces online now, that I feel like everyone's trying to prove something to everybody else, and I'm just like, bro, just live your life. Like at the same time, it's like, just do you, you know? And I definitely, like, I feel like if I was trying to fit into a box, it's almost like I'd probably end up dropping, like, spiritual aspects and the herbalism and, like, the witchy side, whatever, just to, like, look and be, like, really alt. But also I'm like, nope, that's just who I am. And I've been, you know, there's a few people far in between I've been finding who are, like, tatted up, alternative looking people, but, like, with the strongest yoga discipline or into witchcraft, or I'm not into witchcraft. I look like I could be into like witchy things, but I definitely just fall under the yogic discipline and rituals and stuff of that nature. I always have. So it's like, I'm still me. I just express myself differently now, and I have different ways that I want to express myself, and I'm not worried about being digestible or palatable or like worried about being perceived any type of way. Life is too short to care that deeply. The world is falling apart. Be crazy. Like, at this point, I'm like, here for it. So, certified feral, but also I've learned, me personally, how as a recovering people pleaser, to become more selective and sacred with my energy, conserving my energy for those who reciprocate, and, you know, just people I love and people who we take care of each other, and that has been the best feeling too. So I do feel like my life has been really rich lately with people who just, we want to take care of each other because unconditionally, like, never experienced that. Really, like, I've had people in my life who were like that, and I've had phases where it's like I've had a girl group before that's fallen apart. I've had kind of a friend group, but they weren't like my friends. But like, I don't know. I'm like, everything is just coming together now, and everything is starting to make sense. I feel like there's a clear path in the sand just being drawn out, or I guess I would rather describe it as like the path in the fog coming out of like a swamp. And I'm like, yeah, I actually think my goal is to become folklore in the woods one day. I just want to be like Baba Yaga, man. But yeah, like, I just feel most myself. What's funny, and it sounds ironic, but like in my hippiest phase, whatever, I was actually like the most unhappy, but now in my darkest expression, I feel the most liberated. And I think that means something for me, and just where I am evolving and what my life is becoming. And so I feel like everything internal is a deep reflection of my outer world, and I'm definitely happier, even though my outer world is darker, but like not in like a scary dark way, because I'm even more connected to the great mother Kali Ma, even more than ever. And there's honestly a lot I want to open up about when it comes to my spiritual journey, and like kind of working with like some of the goddesses, connecting with Shiva, Shiva Nataraj, Lord of Yoga, my personal yoga journey. It's been like one of great evolution, and now it's a lot more open, a little bit less restrictive. I used to be really restrictive in my own practice, but now I'm not, and it feels good. And so I just feel like I've been finding myself over and over and over again, and to be this version of myself, I am protecting my peace at all costs. And so it just feels good to feel confident in myself and knowing that I won't accept like any bullshit at this point, because being a people pleaser was my life. Rough. So, on this little fall girl update, I mostly rambled, but it's like if you get it, you get what I'm saying, you get where this is going, and my intentions for myself and my life, and the exciting things to come, and the ease that is coming. That is something we're boiling deep down in my core. I know that like easier times are coming for me. It's weird, like society's like burning to the ground, but also internally in my own life, I'm like, I don't know, I feel like things are gonna get easier, which will be really nice. It'll be like a breath of fresh air, because wow, the last like 3 years have not been easy. So that is where I am at currently. If you followed along, I appreciate you guys watching and staying tuned. And if you're still following me after the 180 of how I express myself, and you're here for that, it's like stick around still for the wisdom, more to come. There's so much I've learned and integrated that I'm just like, I feel like I'm just this cauldron of words I want to use to help empower other people too, and help people find themselves and their nervous, and like balance their nervous systems, find their inner peace, and also be their most unhinged, feral, wild self at the same time. And it's really fun. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's never a dull moment over here. So I will stop this video here, stop my yapping, and I will catch you guys in my next video, whenever that may be, hopefully really soon. So thanks for watching again. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.